Hey, 49ers faithful. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. Haason Reddick's potential move to the San Francisco 49ers has sent shockwaves through the league, leaving analysts, fans, and even rival quarterbacks questioning how a single player could disrupt offensive schemes to such a degree. Rumors have been swirling for weeks, but sources close to the organization suggest that negotiations were far more intense and secretive than anyone outside the inner circle could imagine. The excitement surrounding this acquisition isn't just about Reddick's raw athleticism or his ability to pressure quarterbacks. It's about the ripple effect his presence might have on defensive strategies league-wide. Coaches are reportedly re-evaluating entire game plans, considering how Reddick could shift matchups in favor of the 49ers, not just in one-on-one battles, but in the overall defensive front, forcing offensive coordinators to rethink their schemes, protections, and even play-calling tendencies. In speculation circles, some are suggesting that this move is a declaration of intent, signaling that the 49ers are willing to spend not just money, but strategic capital to build a defense capable of terrorizing the league's most prominent signal callers. The idea is tantalizing for fans and analysts alike. A player whose skill set is so uniquely disruptive that he could single-handedly alter the trajectory of games, creating pressure, confusion, and mistakes that opponents may never fully anticipate. Beyond the headlines and social media buzz, there is growing speculation about how Reddick's presence could influence the development of younger defensive players within the 49ers roster. Sources suggest that his leadership on the field is as formidable as his physical skill set, with veteran teammates reportedly drawn to his intensity, work ethic, and relentless pursuit of quarterbacks. There are whispers that Reddick's arrival could spark a cultural shift within the locker room, encouraging a mentality of aggression, discipline, and accountability that permeates every defensive position. Analysts are debating whether this could lead to a domino effect, with rookies and second-year players elevating their games simply by practicing alongside a player of Reddick's caliber. The rumor mill doesn't stop there. Some insiders suggest that opposing teams are already devising countermeasures, but few believe there is a straightforward solution to neutralize someone with Reddick's combination of speed, strength, and instinctive football IQ. Speculation is growing that the 49ers' defensive schemes might evolve to allow him even more freedom, potentially letting him roam the backfield, read offensive formations, and make instinctive plays that disrupt timing and rhythm. If even a fraction of these rumors hold true, the quarterback rooms across the league could be facing their toughest nightmares in the upcoming season. Fans and commentators are also speculating about the psychological impact this move could have on the 49ers' opponents. Reddick's reputation for relentless pursuit and high-impact plays has already forced quarterbacks to alter their pre-snap routines and post-snap decision-making, often leading to hurried throws and unforced errors. With him rumored to be fully integrated into the 49ers system, insiders suggest that this effect could multiply, creating a scenario where offensive lines are under constant pressure and quarterbacks are perpetually second-guessing themselves. Some analysts are going so far as to speculate that entire offensive game plans might need to be redesigned just to mitigate the threat he presents, forcing coordinators to sacrifice creativity for survival. There are also murmurs that the 49ers might adjust their own defensive alignments to maximize Reddick's disruptive abilities, potentially giving him free rein to attack in ways that redefine conventional defensive football. The intrigue extends to social media, where fans are already generating scenarios imagining the chaos a player of his caliber could unleash, and some even suggest that fantasy football projections might be irreversibly altered by his presence alone. The speculation paints a picture of not just a signing, but a seismic shift, one that could change how games are played, how offenses are structured, and how quarterbacks mentally prepare for matchups against San Francisco. The financial aspects of Reddick's rumored contract have also become a focal point of discussion among insiders and journalists alike. Sources close to league management hint that the deal includes incentives tied to sacks, quarterback pressures, and defensive touchdowns, which could motivate him to exceed expectations and maintain relentless intensity throughout the season. The potential financial structure has led some analysts to speculate that the 49ers are essentially betting on a high-risk, high-reward model, prioritizing elite defensive disruption over budgetary caution. This speculation extends to contract negotiations with other free agents, with whispers that teams across the league may now have to reconsider their own spending strategies in response, trying to retain or attract defensive playmakers capable of matching Reddick's impact. Beyond the dollars and cents, the rumored deal could also signal a philosophical shift, indicating that the 49ers intend to dominate not through incremental improvements, but by strategically acquiring players who can radically alter the balance of power on the field. Speculation is rife that Reddick's presence could force the 49ers to adjust roster decisions, practice approaches, and even in-game play calling, all in service of maximizing the disruptive potential of their new star defender. This narrative fuels anticipation, debate, and endless what-if scenarios among fans, making every rumor about Reddick's next move a headline-worthy story in its own right. The strategic implications of Reddick joining San Francisco have also become fodder for intense discussion among former players, pundits, and armchair analysts alike. Some speculate that his arrival could make the 49ers a premier destination for other top defensive talents, creating a magnet effect where elite pass rushers and versatile linebackers gravitate toward a team that already boasts a game-changing disruptor. This theory is bolstered by whispers that team executives are actively courting other high-profile defenders, using Reddick's rumored signing as a key recruiting tool, a way to demonstrate that San Francisco is serious about building a defense capable of altering the league's competitive hierarchy. Additionally, some insiders speculate that the 49ers might adjust their draft strategies, perhaps prioritizing complementary pieces who can exploit the chaos Reddick is rumored to generate, or even using scheme innovation to make him the focal point of an evolving defensive philosophy. The ripple effects could extend far beyond a single season, potentially influencing how teams approach roster construction, salary allocation, and game planning across the league. In essence, the rumors suggest that this is not just a signing, but the beginning of a potential dynasty-building move that could elevate the 49ers defense to legendary status, creating a scenario where every opposing quarterback faces what could be the most daunting matchup of their career. Finally, speculation about the psychological edge Reddick brings is as intense as any tactical discussion. Sources indicate that quarterbacks who have faced him in previous seasons report lingering effects even after the games, describing an almost constant sense of urgency and anticipation that affects their decision-making. If these accounts are accurate, Reddick's rumored move to San Francisco could create a mental battlefield where quarterbacks not only contend with physical pressure, but also with a pervasive psychological tension that could dictate the pace and nature of games. Some analysts speculate that the 49ers coaching staff might intentionally design situations that maximize this mental strain, forcing opposing signal callers into mistakes before the first down is even secured. Rumors suggest that team meetings may include video sessions aimed at amplifying awareness of Reddick's tendencies, creating an atmosphere where his presence alone becomes a tactical weapon. While none of this is officially confirmed, the mere speculation has ignited conversations across sports media, podcasts, and fan forums, painting a portrait of a player whose impact could extend far beyond the stat sheet. The narrative is intoxicating, a blend of potential, anticipation, and fear as the league contemplates what it might mean to face Haason Reddick in a 49ers uniform, where every snap could signal a new nightmare for quarterbacks across the country. The whispers surrounding Haason Reddick's arrival in San Francisco extend far beyond locker rooms and practice fields, seeping into league-wide speculation about how offenses will now have to evolve to survive his presence. Analysts and insiders alike are suggesting that quarterbacks may be forced to rethink their approach entirely, relying more on quick passes, misdirection, and improvisation than on traditional pocket reads, as the mere rumor of Reddick lining up on any given snap could generate hesitation, disrupt timing, and create opportunities for turnovers. Some suggest that opposing offensive coordinators are already drafting contingency plans, imagining schemes designed to neutralize a player who seems capable of appearing wherever he is needed most, whether that be the A-gap, the edge, or even dropping back in coverage unexpectedly. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Beyond the tactical and psychological implications, speculation has begun to swirl around how Reddick's rumored presence might influence the dynamics of San Francisco's existing roster. Sources suggest that younger linebackers, edge rushers, and even defensive backs are reportedly observing him closely, potentially modeling their techniques, positioning, and decision-making after his style of play. There is talk that this could elevate the entire unit's performance, creating a feedback loop where Reddick's rumored dominance inspires teammates to adopt a more aggressive, instinct-driven approach, thereby multiplying his impact exponentially. Some insiders speculate that this influence could extend to team culture itself, instilling a mentality centered around disruption, adaptability, and relentless pursuit, transforming the 49ers into a defensive unit that thrives on chaos and forces opposing quarterbacks to react rather than dictate. Rumors also hint that this dynamic could lead to internal competition, where players strive to match or complement Reddick's intensity, potentially resulting in breakthroughs from previously under-the-radar performers. The idea that one player could have such a pervasive influence, shaping the mental, physical, and emotional approach of an entire defensive core, has sparked intense debate among pundits and fans alike, fueling narratives about whether this rumored acquisition might be a turning point in how elite defenders are perceived and utilized in the modern game. Speculation surrounding Reddick's impact also focuses heavily on rival teams and historic matchups, with insiders suggesting that the quarterback rooms of marquee franchises are bracing for what they describe as a new era of uncertainty. Some analysts hint that elite signal callers who have historically relied on predictable protections and timing schemes may find themselves at a significant disadvantage, needing to adapt mid-game to counter the unpredictable pressures and movements Reddick is rumored to execute with near-telepathic precision. This has led to rumors that game film sessions across the league are now being examined with a heightened sense of urgency, as coaches attempt to anticipate where, when, and how a player of Reddick's caliber might strike. Social media speculation has only amplified these narratives, with fans envisioning entire drives collapsing under the weight of a defensive front energized by a single disruptive force. Rumors further suggest that this anticipation could spark innovation in offensive line techniques, quarterback mobility, and pre-snap adjustments, highlighting how one player's presence might provoke league-wide evolution. The idea is not merely about individual plays, but the broader strategic consequences, creating the notion that Haason Reddick's rumored integration into San Francisco could ripple across franchises, forcing rival coaches and quarterbacks to rethink fundamental principles, rethink tempo, and confront challenges that extend beyond the ordinary rhythm of football games. Financial speculation has also become a magnet for discussions surrounding this rumored move, with insiders suggesting that Reddick's contract could redefine market expectations for elite pass rushers and versatile defenders. Rumors indicate that incentive structures may reward sacks, pressures, forced fumbles, and even defensive touchdowns, potentially motivating a relentless level of performance throughout the season. Some analysts speculate that the league could respond with a wave of competitive offers aimed at matching or surpassing the rumored terms, potentially igniting a defensive, spending arms race as franchises vie for disruptive talents capable of altering the balance of power. This financial speculation is not limited to dollars alone. Whispers suggest that teams may need to rethink roster flexibility, cap space allocation, and long-term planning to accommodate elite disruptors in an increasingly competitive market. Fans have latched onto this narrative, debating how one player could influence trends in contracts, negotiations, and the prioritization of defensive prowess over offensive star power. Rumors even hint at the potential for strategic bonuses tied to league-wide rankings, turning individual performance into a bargaining tool for both player and organization, and further heightening the drama surrounding what is already being called a seismic shift in the defensive landscape. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.